the fish smell on faux leather goods or pleather or synthetic leather is a very common thing. This is actually not the smell of fish, but it's a combination of things on the faux leather that makes it imitate the smell of fish. So we are going to look at some of the, the common causes of fish smell on our leather goods, on our faux leather goods. So the first thing I noticed was the packaging. Whenever you receive a faux leather item, whether it's a shoe or a pair of, jackets or something, if it comes in a plastic package, or it comes in, if the packaging entails a plastic covering, this sometimes causes this fish-like smell that you would have on the leather good. Well, the next thing that causes your beautiful faux leather items or synthetic leather goods to have a fish smell is the dyes or colorants that are used to give it its unique, look. These are the colorants or dyes that are used during the manufacturing process. So some of these dyes can be very strong and they could sometimes mimic the smell of fish. A good example of the dyes that causes fish smell on leather is what is called the azo dyes. These dyes are, used during the manufacturing process, and this is one of the main challenges of their use. On to the next thing that causes faux leather goods to smell like fish are the preservatives used. After faux leather goods have been made and are being transported, there are different varieties of preservatives that are used to keep, pests and insects and things like that away from the leather product. So a typical example is formulade, and this can cause the faux leather to have that fish smell that we all do not like. Yes, so also cheap leather goods. Basically, cheap leather goods would have whatever smell, and they don't smell great. They don't smell great at all. Normally it's because of the cheap materials that are used, or you just can't really tell. But there is always this thing about cheap faux leather goods and how they don't have that, that fine-tuned smell that most of the top-end brands, give to their products. Another common cause of fish smell on faux leather goods is the glue that is used to put the item together. There are different types of glue, and usually they have different types of results in terms of how strong they bond and the kind of smell you get. So I bought this hat on the flea market, and then I noticed this weird smell. And so I went back and then I asked the guy, and he told me, oh, sorry, it's just a bit of glue smell, and trust me, it's going to go away in just about a week or so. While the smell did not go about in a week, I didn't notice it no more after about a month or two. Yes, so that is it. Sometimes it's the glue that they use for these kinds of products. Another thing that I found out when it comes to these fish smells is the storage conditions these products are put in. If your faux leather item has been kept in a storage facility for a long time, the smell can just be awkward and weird. So even if you have bought a product and have not kept it well, also it can have these kinds of smells that are not fun to have. And later on in this video, I'm going to show you how to remove these pesky smells. So so that's another one. Yes, last but not the least is the top coating or anything that is applied to the surface of the faux leather. These can include things like conditioners, oils, Vaseline, anything that might have been used to make the surface shiny, or was applied to give it like a nice shiny look, or a protective layer. These things can also cause smells on your faux leather goods. So this is something to watch out for. If it is something you are doing yourself, you should kind of put a stop to it and check and see if the smell goes away, or if it's a protective layer that came with the product when you bought it. Then I guess you have to find a way to remove it with one of the methods that I'm going to teach you later. So that is it. These are some of the top reasons why your faux leather goods will smell like fish. Now I'm going to show you how to treat these smells. I have about 3 or 4 methods, simple methods that you can use, household items to treat. So I'm going to show you that right now, and then we'll be out of here.